This video is about a token launch, and hopefully that caught some people's attention. I'm launching an app that will be out mid-October, maybe by the end of October, but it will be out sooner than later to provide real value to those who join. They will get some tokens for free, but it's going to be about training people in the direct democracy industry, in the process that exists, that represent our greatest rights that have not been utilized. The fact is, these rights are available to us, but most people have no idea what the ballot initiative process is. They don't know what direct democracy means. Some people run in fear when they hear the word democracy, those conservatives, libertarians, and anarchists. And, something needs to change, because the fact is, direct democracy is the only legitimate checks and balances we have to stop corruption in government, and it's just not being utilized. So people are crying out for help. People are begging politicians, they're protesting, they're sharing all the media online about what's wrong with the government, but what we're missing are solutions. And that's where this application really comes into play. It's all about creating a foundation for a new type of media channel, which I will begin here at the Liberty Economy YouTube. And this is about positive psychology, positive news that's constructive, that's proactive, that shows people how to get involved and make the greatest difference in the world. It's not left or right, but about unification of people behind common sense values to, first of all, stop corruption in government. We can work out all the partisan stuff later. We can stop all corruption in government with the tools available to us in states, in our Constitution. But people don't know about it. So it's crucial that this message gets out there. I hope you share this video and you understand in totality what it represents, because this is launching and I am going to do it. Nothing will stop me receive the full-blown DApp, which is the decentralized application, thanks to the ballot token being acquired by enough people and it having value. Our developers will be at work making this happen. So I have a partner who's been encouraging me for over a year. His name's Isa Zuga out of Florida, and he's very skilled at what he does. When I first met him, he was showing me robot dogs he was creating. So he's not just a computer engineer, he's into mechanics, and he's a genius guy. He's really into artificial intelligence. And we are going to be learning how to create a solution for the world with artificial intelligence applied to the ballot initiative industry. We're also going to be using just amazing blockchain technology and educating the public about it. That's the thing. Most people don't understand how valuable it is, what it really does. It stops interference. It becomes a tool for the people to use that cannot be disrupted. And we're launching a DApp for direct democracy and a token that you can now have ownership of, so that you can have ownership of direct democracy of the future. This is a futurist idea that's time has come. And I am here to launch it because no one else is. And I feel the confidence, I feel the ability to make it happen. I have some capital now because I've been investing in cryptocurrencies. I will match donors' funds. And so what I'm looking is to really start a grassroots movement where I myself will match donors' funds. And when we reach a critical amount that we can then reach out to some angel investors and find someone else to match it, I feel we'll have enough to really get the ball rolling. But we're going to be breaking down the total cost structure of everything soon. Right now, there aren't any costs. There's just the application. It's like $75 a month. I mean, there is a cost there. There's website hosting. There's a little fee there. Photoshop, there's a little cost there, but it's not a lot. The thing is, I can sustain it on my own capital for the time being, but I am going to need help. I'm going to need help marketing it, sharing it, promoting it, getting enough people recruited, because it's all about strength in numbers. It's all about reaching a critical mass so we can have critical mass actions that will have the most effect. So I implore you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because that's the first step in showing you support it, and leaving a comment below specifically about what laws you want to change. Doesn't matter if you're liberal or conservative, but if it's partisan, I'm just telling you, it's not going to get as much consensus. What we really want to do is find a holistic center where we can bridge the gap between the left and the right and stop corruption in government, first and foremost. And, there's a lot of people waking up on both the left and the right that the main parties, these political parties, which are a farce, don't represent us. Remember, the founding fathers told us to stray away from political parties, that they would end up controlling the narrative. And that's exactly what we have going on now. The solution that I'm promoting, that I encourage you to also be a promoter of, that I will incentivize you and reward you with cryptocurrency for helping with, is that of decentralized direct democracy that does not rely on politicians, where we are the ones in control. We are the ones we've been waiting for this whole time, where we use rights that have not been utilized, where we claim our sovereignty ourselves. Under the Bill of Rights and the Constitution, we will become the declarationists, writing our own Constitution now, because we have the ability to do so, and no one can stop us if we take action. We just need enough people. The ballot initiative process lets us write our own policies. The referendum, a very powerful tool we need to have a critical mass for, to block all bad laws they make, is there for us if we use it, and we can stop all the bad laws the state governments create. With the initiative process, we can also block all unconstitutional federal actions we deem a violation of our Bill of Rights, and there clearly are many. And then we have the recall process. It's time we hold all politicians accountable with recall. With the critical mass we're talking about, with the goals that we have here, with less than 1% of the populations in states behind this new movement that I'm creating, with your help, we can have recalls instantly, because all it needs is to reach a critical mass of people to sign the petition, which we can already do. Political parties already have enough people to do this, they just don't, because they're gatekeepers. And that's what I believe, because of every attempt I've made to reach out to representatives in the Libertarian Party that you think would care, in the Green Party that you would think would care, among independents, among other candidates, and nobody does. That's just the fact. That's why I'm doing this, because you'd want, ideally, a social media leader to help bring this word out there. I've reached out to many alternative media sites. I've been ripped off when I was contributed to them in the past to get my message out, and I've been ripped off. It really leaves a sour taste in my mouth. That's why I'm just doing it myself. I've purchased thousands of dollars of marketing tools. I just don't know how to use them yet, and I haven't had the time to dive in. But it is going to happen, because with a video like this, it needs to get out there. And this might not be the video that goes viral, but I will make more, and eventually one will. And that's the goal, is just to keep striking while the iron's hot. People are upset of government. I'm very angry of what's going on. I'm very sad at what's going on, and I need to do this. This is my life calling, and I am just doing everything I can. So I hope to get your support, because that's what it takes. It takes people uniting to solve the problems. We cannot rely on politicians. We cannot rely on other alternative media. That's why you need to support this and help us become alternative media that the world is waiting for, that is positive, proactive, constructive, showing people the solutions, getting them involved. And, we can't rely on anyone else to do this but ourselves. That's why it needs to be decentralized, where it cannot be shut down, where every single one of you watching can be the power and the voice that makes the change possible. So, there's a very crucial type of ballot mechanism out of 5 types we have that is not being utilized at all, other than the initiative and the referendum, and that's the right to citizen grand jury. And that allows us to prosecute the state or the federal government or any bureaucracy, any agency, any company, any individual with funds supplied by the state. As long as there's a majority vote at the ballot, there are 6 states in this country that have the right to citizen grand jury, and they need to start using it. I unfortunately do not live in one of those states. I'm in Arizona. We have the initiative process, though. I filed an initiative to create the citizen grand jury. It was one of 6 I filed that was rejected. The others were approved. So we have several ballot measures pending, waiting for support, waiting for a community. But the citizen grand jury was turned down, unfortunately. I would like to see that possible in Nevada and in New Mexico, which are right near me. I'll take the drive up there to help anybody as needed when the time comes, and we can get a crew of professional petitioners if we need to get the signatures. That's what I've done my whole life. I've been in the ballot initiative industry for so long, like I said, since 2005 when I began. I know all the top pros in the country. We can get any ballots you want on the ballot. but that generally requires a cost because this is requiring people to leave their state, to have to generally live out of hotels, and working around the clock to get the work done. No one can volunteer to do that. We would love to have volunteers, but that's the reason why there's a ballot initiative industry that even exists, because there are not enough volunteers. They have to pay people to get the job done. So I want to get the job done. I want to fundraise for ballot initiative campaigns to be paid for as needed, but I really want to find enough volunteers. I want to organize a community so we become the critical mass. We decide our ballot policies online using blockchain voting, and we put them on the ballot for us to vote for ourselves. And in one single day, we could qualify a citizen grand jury. It actually takes less signatures than an initiative. We could qualify an initiative, a recall, which requires the most signatures. We could actually get all this done in rapid time, and we could flood the ballot with hundreds of policy changes if we chose to do so, and I believe we will, because there's a lot of problems that we're facing right now. I think that it goes over 100 different items that need to be addressed in every state. So we are going to build that community that engages on the blockchain in discussion, in debate and dialogue and voting and deciding what policies we change. And if you're part of it, you get to make that difference. If you're not, then you will be subjective to the will of the community, whether they lean liberal or conservative. I hope to address those partisan issues within the quorum that we're creating, but for the most part, we're going to focus on uniting people down the center. But I can't promise once we get past so many initiatives that are unifying, we're not going to run into some partisan issues, which the organization I'm creating will help support, because that's what we're doing. We want to create a new paradigm of governance. Now, the one thing that unites us that is leaning towards the conservatives' goals, and libertarians especially, is to align with the non-aggression principle. So that is the one limit, along with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, that we will abide by, I believe, through the debates that I've seen, and I'll be happy to engage others in these debates on the quorum I'm creating. Any policy that requires the government to initiate force, to use more taxation, is not necessary. And I believe we can solve the problems without taxation, without the use of force as well. And those debates need to be hashed out. So I need some libertarians to join the quorum to help with those arguments. I will do my best. See, the thing is, the great part is, I will be rewarded in cryptocurrency by being a leader in the debates. So whether you join or not, I'm still going to be creating these debates arguments, and I'm going to be rewarded, because that's what the blockchain does, whether you participate or not. But if you do participate, the great thing is you will get rewarded in cryptocurrencies. There's a plethora of blockchain social media sites and voting platforms and fact archiving sites that reward you and pay you to give you further incentivization. As if just saving the world isn't enough. But seriously, we're using blockchain because it's undisruptible. And I will be teaching people all about blockchain technologies and the strategies we're using and how to be effective in the ballot initiative process through the app that's launching in October. So there's going to be a lot of services, a lot of value there. There's income potential for people that are looking for work. So we'll be marketing to individuals looking for seasonal work in the ballot initiative industry to make 100 grand, if you will. It's around just a ballpark number, but yes, you can make that in a single season in the ballot initiative industry working hard in California, in Arizona, and other states. There's a need for that. I'm going to be teaching all the secrets of the professionals in the industry that have never been disclosed, because it's a very closed industry and they don't want the secrets out there because that means more competition. But I'm leaving that industry in California. I'm not going back to California to petition, even though it's the highest paying state for these type of initiatives, because I'd rather focus on what I can do to change the initiative process, to involve people in it here at home in Arizona and for the whole nation and for the world. Because I have far more value than working as a servant for those who've already created their petitions, because they'll find the petitioners to do it, hands down. It pays so much to do it. I'll even direct people over there who download the app if they're looking for that work. But what needs to happen is we need to get people involved in the process on a grassroots level. And that's really my calling in life. Not to work to serve others' initiatives, but to get people involved in creating our own. Because there's other great initiatives, and yeah, I'll like to help out if they're good. But I need to be here at home in Arizona. I'm raising a child. All while this is going on is very time-consuming, very stressful, because we have so many problems in the world and I care about his future so much. That's why I'm doing this. And I'm abandoning my career and my income to create a new paradigm for the world, to find world peace, to know that it's possible, to end all wars, to end all corruption in government, to save the economy. And I have solutions, and that's all I'm about. That's what the Quorum is about. That's what the media channel is about. So join, please, because that's where you're going to find value in media that is all about solutions and how to get involved. So the first step to just get involved in general is subscribe to this YouTube. Give it a like, please. Leave a comment, please. Please leave a comment. Just tell me what law changes you would like to make, and let's begin a dialogue. Share this video with others and let people know that you care about the world and that you're waiting for something to change, which requires us to change. We cannot be complacent and just allow the same status quo activities that don't get us anywhere to be the only remaining options people have. We need to have new options available to us. That's why we need decentralized direct democracy. So take a look at the teaser at e-democracy.now.site. I'll leave a link below. And then when you subscribe with your email on the website, that's when you get the real information. That's when you get the white paper. That's when you get information about how to buy the Ballot Token. If you're already into cryptocurrency, that's great. If you're not, it's okay. I'll teach you how to do it. Or you can abstain from getting it if you're worried about losing money. That's okay too. I can show you how to get into cryptocurrency without losing money with stable coins, which are pegged to the US dollar to earn far better interest than the bank, and you'll be grateful you did, because then you'll have more income and then you can be more involved. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Because I know that if people have wealth, that they can invest in their own time, in their communities, and care about others more. We can't be obsessed with the money as a means to itself, but we have to know enough about it to be better off in our economic and financial situations in our communities. And we can save our local economies. I have created another project that I'll be releasing soon with its own token for a smart contract that will save the local economy, saving fundraising for charitable causes forever, changing the game for fundraising to help causes, charities. It's all about voluntarism, has nothing to do with politics itself, but it will be the most game-changing fundraising solution for all of these ballot solutions as well. So there's more to come. Please subscribe. I have a lot of news to bring you. Thanks for your time, and I hope to hear your questions and ideas. Thank you. Live streaming. How do we stop it? There we go.